Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Dauntless. Welcome to the bridge. Please take your stations. We are Vorpal Tales, and we play terrifying tales and awesome adventures every day of the week. Most days, twice a day. Be sure you instruct your computer to extract all data from our website at vorpaltales.com for your theoretical models, including recaps of shows, info on casts and events, our Patreon, our Ko-Fi, and all of our social media. Give us a follow on Twitch if you have not, as well as subscribing on YouTube to help keep all of our awesome shows going. Special thanks to the Foundry for our virtual gaming space for this show, Pond5 for our theme song, along with Miguel Johnson, CJ Beards, the Makai Symphony, Nyoko, Scott Buckley, and Isaac Vale for other music you'll hear. Crew of the Dauntless, one more time this season, state your name, rank, and duty assignment.
Hello everybody, I am Steve. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. My pronouns are he, him, and tonight I am playing Acting Captain, and Sarko, a Betazoid.
That me? Yeah, me. Hey everybody, I'm Ambrose, and my pronouns are he or they. You can find me all over the internet as Am Changeling, because it me and Changeling, as you can see, I change Ling very much all the time. I don't know. Shut up, all of you. Anyway, tonight I will be playing Sekem Ekar.
Hello, I am Patrick. You can find me on the internet at Patty6_, and tonight I'm playing...
Nice.
Hi, I am Rosie, and tonight I am playing Field Commander Abosa, not of Dauntless.
Excellent. Robeck, situation report if you would.
Of course. Stardate 99292.9. A lot of 9s and 2s there. Official memo to Klingon High Council from Robeck, House Kundikel. I had what I thought was a productive meeting with the acting captain. I advised him that a quick, decisive action against one of the larger Sepulchron would allow us the chance to learn precious information about our enemies and how to perhaps take out the other ships. The acting captain agreed to my plan. Immediately, his words were proven hollow as we approached a planet that looked like it was under threat from the Sepulchrons. I advised the acting captain to ignore this and attack the ship we had been prisoners of, and not waste our element of surprise. I was ignored, and we fired on the smaller ships, which we learned were escape pods of the larger ship that had been crippled. We destroyed 2, but 1 escaped, surely to warn their allies. The acting captain went planetside with Dr. Sekem and Lieutenant Pick to determine if these people were allies and how they had crippled the ship. I went with Bang Deja to the crippled ship to see what could be salvaged. The acting captain helped the natives repel the Sonal forces and agreed to drive them off-world in exchange for the energy crystal they had used to cripple the Sepulchron ship. Meanwhile, the Romulans and Bang Deja helped search the ship for info. I was able to find the weapon command room and activate the devastating weapons of the ship, just in time as Sonal reinforcements appeared. I destroyed 2 of their cruisers and crippled their dreadnought with ease, but the firing caused the already disabled ship to lose life support, and we were transported to the Romulan ship. Evius Tala, as she had introduced herself to Ban Deja, kept us as guests while the acting captain, in a surprisingly sound battle strategy, tricked the Sonal into retreating from the planet to their dreadnought under the guise of safety, but then destroyed their ship. When the dust settled, we decided to use the anomaly left by one of the Sepulchron ships that had warped away. The Dauntless and this Romulan entered and... Error. Transmission end.
That's not good.
Thank you. And to send a side message. Okay. So, when we left off, Ansar was talking to the ISS ship. And of course, this is when you all realize you look down, and because when you transition to the Mirrorverse, you change outfits. So you look down and realize everything is different on your ship, too. And they're waiting for your reply, because the last thing they had said was, "Welcome back. What took you so long?" basically.
We got. We were. Sorry. I'm not sure what to say.
You're not supposed to, because that's the same thing Ansar would be doing. What the fuck's happening?
Momentarily held up by hostiles, and then I'll
wait.
Yeah.
And so Kirk handled it. He didn't say much. He just nodded a lot in that first scene.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is here to congratulate you on your efforts retrieving the sub-commander, or the field commander. And he steps to the side, and the Commodore steps into frame, looking all super Space Empire fascist. Captain Ansar, well done. I see you kept my ship in one piece. I expect it will be up to specs when I arrive, yes? If not, make sure you have your agonizer ready.
Of course.
Excellent. Someone would like to thank you for your efforts. Field Commander. Derja walks into frame. All in leather.
Leather and ridiculous high heels that you really wouldn't expect to see anyone wear on a command ship, but whatever. She's rocking it. Thank you for your magnificent work. We're very pleased.
That's when you realize the logo is a little weird. And hers is different. Yours has the sword prominent. Hers has the weird swirly circle prominent. But it's the same symbol, just different parts of it are emphasized. The Commodore says, "The Dominion thanks you. It's good to strengthen the Alliance." You don't know what the hell that means.
Happy to have been of service.
Of course you are.
A Cardassian walks up into frame. The same one you remember from Derge's worst nightmare scene. Walks up to her, kisses her on the forehead, and says, "I'm glad you're back, my dear, and I assume this is the crew we have to thank for that?"
Yes, Father.
Excellent.
It's good to see you.
I want to do the Kirk pan zoom as we go out of cold open into the credits.
With the horn music, yes. Going to need you to give us your full report on the status of the Empire. You were able to break the field commander out, but we're going to need an action report. But don't start yet. Someone bring in the sub. It's for you, Ambrose. Somebody walks off the bridge, and a moment later they come in with Secum, looking like this. Very timid, too. Subordinate Secum points at the screen. Please verify the accuracy of the report. Commander, begin.
So he's asking me for apologies, out of character.
He wants
he's asking me for a report of the mission I never went on.
And he's dragged in what appears to be Secum is some kind of...
Got it.
You hesitate to use the S word, but that's what it looks like.
Of course.
To read your mind.
Right. While doing a routine patrol, we came across those that would have sought to use the Dominion's own people for their purposes. We assisted the locals who will remain loyal, and we destroyed the enemy.
Poising rolls. See if you can fool the empathy of Sekomansar, who you immediately notice is full Bajoran here. There's no Vulcan or Romulan there. Bajoran.
I think...
Wow. Full Betazoid, just like you.
Everything I said was true.
Except the Dominion part. That's why you gotta make the roll. There's no Dominion where you came from.
Well, I was just copying the word. That's fine.
This
Okay.
is a lying roll, so all your shit counts. And Sekum, you're no super spy here, so you just get 2 dice.
My mash will get closed.
17 and 15.
Well, that's good.
That's good for Steve.
That's good for me, yeah. Where are you? Where are you? Now. Studio. Okay. We got this. Actual loading up nice and fast. I like it. That is an 18, a 5, and a 4. And if I'm assuming command,
Yeah.
or
This is
then
a
that.
subterfuge thing, so your spy one, espionage, would count.
Yep. So that becomes 3 successes.
Against Sekum's 1, Sekum reports everything is fine.
Oh, the commander doesn't seem to be lying.
Excellent. We expect you to beam over with your command staff for dinner, Captain. We'll be showing a play tonight, of course, for the glory of the Empress. And then they all do that thing the Terrans do and shout, "Glory to the Empire." That thing that's not quite a Nazi salute.
Right. Yeah. I will mimic because I don't know what's going on, and then be like, I am interested in our evening together.
Okay. That's cut off, and now it's back to you and Pick.
Sir?
He's gonna slow turn to Lieutenant Pick. What the hell's going on?
Given recent history of time travel,
Yeah, the Guardian of Forever essentially time traveled you.
I believe we have found another physics-breaking anomaly that
You had a
has.
chief engineer. Oh yeah, and you can also tell him, Pick, the quick scan shows no sign of the Romulan ship anywhere in the vicinity within scanning range. It appears you've arrived alone.
Where we have arrived, no Romulan ship. Perhaps we have landed somewhere or sometime else.
Time. But Psychom and Georgia, they seem to still be themselves.
Now, it's up to you how you handle this, Ansar. There is still a Secum on your ship. They just weren't on the bridge. Secum's the only one that you have doubles of so far.
Okay. That is interesting.
Perhaps not time, then space doesn't quite work either.
You can make a science roll plus reason. Pick. Or Ansar, or both.
I was gonna say, yeah, would I be able to? Ooh, it's a low number. It's a low number. That's 2 successes, baby.
1 success and a crit fail.
Okay. So Pick's still scanning and collating data, but Ansar, you're like, everything is the same, but not quite the same. It's like our universe, but not quite. Everything's just a little different in the energy readings. Also, the star charts, some of them are vastly different. Not the position of things, but what worlds are inhabited, what worlds aren't. Technology's not quite the same.
Lieutenant Pick, I think you're right in something. It could possibly be both a change in both time and space, creating an entire new reality.
Seems logical, given our given the brief context that we've had.
And you would both be able to pick up on the fact that this is something to do with that portal you took.
Did we know what that was exactly, or just...
You don't know anything about this place they call the Warp, except
Okay.
that it doesn't use warp technology to travel.
Gotcha.
It is folding space, so extra-dimensional crossing seems logical, and you do both remember whoever it was, Durja, that raided the information from the ship before it was destroyed, that they have some kind of navigator with prescient abilities and some kind of strange energy screens they use when they travel through that vortex. You had neither. Perhaps that's how you ended up here. Because you were forced to blindly follow the Romulan commander.
Yeah. Whatever we went through has clearly changed something, or a lot of some things.
Well, first and foremost, we have to survive this initial contact with these new us's.
Which immediately makes you both wonder, do we have doubles? Where are they?
Do we have doubles, right? I immediately have to assume that there is a Dauntless out there. And matching Dauntless.
And thus I'm matching Ansar Conan, and I'm matching Pick.
Correct. Dr. Seckham, report.
Out of character, what is Dr. Seckham supposed to be reporting on?
That you're there. We actually haven't contacted you since we saw you on the screen.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on, except everything's weird.
This is Dr. Seckham.
Are you okay, Dr. Seckham? Are you currently still at your station?
I am copacetic and still at my station. However, things are a bit different.
Yes, seems to be there's been a change in a lot of things going through the warp. Meet me in our conference room immediately.
Aye, Captain.
Pick with me. Random red shirt, you have the comm.
Follow.
Now, you could use the computer and be like, alternate universe, section 31 database, if you wanted
It's
to.
literally what I'm about to do. I just wanted to get the three of us in the same room together.
Yeah. And you get your Yana, who, out of character, you will leave behind on the ship no matter what happens for the sake of the story.
Sure. Okay. So, as you can see, our command staff has been dramatically whittled down. We have lost both Chief Durja and Robeck, who are currently, I believe, on board with the Romulans. I pity the Romulans.
Out of character, Sechem does not look like this.
Of course.
Sechem is
Looks like Sechem, yes.
Regular
my usual,
Sechem,
yeah.
yes. Okay. Dr. Sechem, I have to inform you of something. It's going to be a bit startling.
After all we've experienced, I highly doubt that you will be able to tell me something that startles me.
I'll just kind of turn and hit the data pad, and I want to put up on like the view screen that would be
The
in the
recording?
wall, the recording from the transmission of just a still image of subordinate Secum.
I am unsurprised.
Betazoid that.
Is Secum actually unsurprised?
Sikkim is actually unsurprised.
There you go, Ansar. No resisted roll.
Weird. Okay.
Acting Captain, it would behoove me to ask, if our doubles were to run into each other, would they realize that they are doubles?
They touch each other. Will they both explode?
Well, I wasn't going to ask that one.
This is what we're here to find out. We have the three of us. Computer, pull all information on alternate realities. Anything having to do with crossover to duplication of individuals across timelines. Also, search for anything Federation cross-reference with the Dominion.
Okay. The first part, you do get data. It would appear that the mirror universe at this stage has been recorded 3 times. Once by the original Enterprise, NX, whatever, the one from the Enterprise show, I forget the number. Archer's Enterprise.
Yes, Archer's Enterprise.
Had a run-in with the mirror universe, followed by Captain Kirk's Enterprise, Constitution class, followed lastly by the USS Discovery. In the Discovery incident, they actually brought back the Empress of the Terran Empire, and she became one of the original founders of Section 31. None of this was taught in Starfleet Academy. You get whatever information exists from existing episodes. If it happened, you can find it in the database in classified dossiers because you have a Section 31 ship.
So it appears we're in some sort of mirrored universe. A militaristic, if not outright fascist version of ourselves.
At the last incident, which would have been the Constitution class Enterprise incident, the Terran Empire was ascendant, but they were in a slow decline because they were losing control of all of the civilizations they had enslaved. Uprisings were happening. Whoever had taken over leadership as the Emperor was weaker than the previous person, the one who was brought to our universe.
Okay.
The Romulans were rebelling against the Klingons. Open warfare was happening everywhere. The Romulans are subordinate to the Klingons in the Mirrorverse. Klingons, of course, are the biggest threat to the Federation. 2 massive empires, always at war.
Our clothing changes automatically, or
You can see the uniform.
Okay.
It's more Discovery, less Kirk, because that looks better.
Sure. Obviously, our number one goal is to get back to our timeline. We've got to figure a way out of here. We got here through the warp from the not Decepticons. Sepulcrons. We got here from the warp from the Sepulcrons. We'll have to use this mirror universe's version of the Federation to find a similar energy signature and hope that we can use it to get back. Until then, we've got to play along, make nice, look and say the right things.
That's where the other bit of information you asked about comes in handy. There's nothing in the Federation database about the Dominion at all, but Section 31 has nothing but rumors from a Cardassian defector about a super secret power structure that is secretly in control of the Cardassian Empire called the Dominion. It's just words and rumors. They have some way to access your part of space that travels without using warp drive. Somewhere out in Sector 9 of the Beta Quadrant. Near Bajor, but farther out.
But that has nothing to do with this.
Oh, well, actually...
I mean, right, yeah, I know what the, yeah.
Well, what I was going to say was, they do have what looks like a digital sketch of something someone told them, like this is what their little symbol looks like, and it looks a lot like what you saw in Dirge's uniform combined with the sword, but without the sword.
Oh.
And the other rumor is, whoever they are, they're shape changers. From a completely different part of space that they can instantly travel to at a fixed location in the 9th sector of the Beta Quadrant.
It's a lot of information to take in. All right. So the symbol of the Dominion, the actual Dominion, is popping up on Dirge's uniform.
Combined with the symbol of the Terran Empire, as if
combined
they're
with the
united
symbol
here.
of Imperia Terra. Okay. All right.
It's being called the Terran Dominion, not
the Terran Dominion, not the Terran Empire. I picked up on that. I wasn't sure if that was just you or okay. All right, cool. This is terrible. I hate everything about everything.
Yeah, this is real bad.
Okay. New wrinkle added. Possible shapeshifters. With a different version of non-warp travel.
Maybe it'll get you home, though.
That's what I was definitely saying. Like, we may have found another way as opposed to finding the sepulcrons. We need to access this Dominion's warp technology. Or post-warp technology.
Pick wants to scan the ship to see if anything about like the ship's engine or drives or anything are slightly different, or if that's all.
It seems only the architecture has altered. The technology is essentially the same with very minor modifications that are largely irrelevant.
Okay, so we can't just use our drive right away to leave.
Yeah. Peace!
Oh, you mean so when you did the full space thing, that requires a massive recharge time, but yeah, you could try it again. Plus, you don't know if you could even recreate it, because remember, you went through a tear in space, you didn't use a special drive. However, having collected all the data from the tear in true Star Trek style, you could try to recreate it using the deflector dish.
This is the time to go. This is the time to go find that technobabble generator.
Yeah.
Gotta get out of here.
But even then, you don't know if that would work or what would happen if it did. Because you still don't have the navigator or the screens, which the sepulcrons refer to as Geller fields.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of the safety precautions needed to be able to do that. That's what got us in this. We don't know if we went through another tear by our own creation, if we end up in just a third version of this timeline. We need something with some form of control and safety precautions built in. I believe this Dominion's technology is our best course. Plus, an opportunity to see if we might be able to accumulate some of this technology.
Also, it would appear in 2 of the 3 other instances where this universe was interacted with, it was a transporter failure, and one time it was top secret propulsion technology that even Section 31 has locked down. That's like, you can't, like, eyes only for the people who run Section 31.
Gotcha.
And their drive malfunctioned. That's the Discovery.
Okay. Captain Ansar to bridge.
Bridge responds.
And I tell them to set course for, and then I tell them where the meetup for the
dinner is.
The dinner is. Yeah.
We'll jump to that scene where you all appear for dinner.
Should the doctor be left on the ship just in case?
Yes, the doctor stays because you have to, and Yana stays because no one knows if her double's on the other ship.
Makes sense.
So when you arrive, it's just Pick and Ansar in a red shirt, because there's always a couple of red shirts.
Sure. Someone's got to get disrupted.
And you have a formal dinner with Field Commander Ebosa, Subordinate Secum, and Lieutenant Commander Yana, who is very much cockier and loungier here. Doesn't stand at attention, kicks her boots up on the table, talks like Tom Cruise. Like even more of a hotshot pilot that doesn't fear anybody. Also all dressed in slick leather with long hair like Durja.
Got it.
Everyone in the Mirror Universe has long hair.
Long hair is awesome.
Storyteller, is the field commander expecting her father to join them?
No.
Oh, not that kind of family dinner.
Correct. So the Commodore starts dinner, toasts Ansar and crew, and then it falls to just eating and small talk. So Durja, Ansar, and Pick and Secum find themselves at the side of the table where they can talk, so you can have the scene. The Commodore is busy talking with whoever else is there.
Thank you again.
Accurate, Tony.
Just doing our duty.
I know, but I still appreciate it so much.
No job too small or too big for the Dominion, for the Terran Dominion.
Of course. And I'm sure you know that you have my personal gratitude, and my father is so pleased to have me back safely. So if you need any favors, let us know.
I'm just curious. What are the reports of the other systems? We've heard rumors of uprisings, people stepping out of line. Have they been put back in place?
Always. The Terran Dominion knows no mercy. We crush everyone beneath the heel of our boot. But you should know that, Commander.
Of course. No questions at all in regard to the power of the Terran Dominion. I was merely hoping to hear the stories of the defectors and their destruction.
Well, I'm
Most
sure you
recent
can.
example would be some Remans who managed to escape from the Klingon Empire when they resubjugated Romulus, made their way to Vulcan, and started a small uprising. You only had to execute 10,000 Vulcans to crush the rebellion. You oversaw that personally.
So, you know, small change, but it still needs to be done.
Well, it's good to hear. The Terran Dominion continues strong.
All hail the Terran Dominion.
Romulan ale, top quality.
Well, this was a wonderful dinner, and I thank you so much for your time, Field Commander.
Of course. And again, thank you. Please feel free to make yourself at home while you're here. Or if you need anything, let me know. And she gets, like, you know, uncomfortably or close in a way that would probably make Ansar uncomfortable.
This is Dersh. No. Yes. Thank you, Field Commander.
That is when the lights change to a very much bloodier red than normal. And a more ominous red alert tone happens, and intercom crackles to life and says, all senior personnel to the bridge immediately. And you feel the ship shudder. And hear the telltale through the hull sounds of torpedoes. But a very small volley.
Ooh, bit of fun. Care to join? And Deirdre will get up and head to the, I guess, follow the Commodore.
You all rush to the bridge in time to see an entire squadron of Klingon battlecruisers decloak and appear in an arch formation surrounding you. The one in the middle looks a lot like that prototype of Robex that broke oh so long ago, oh so many months ago. All their weapons are powered up. The Commodore slides into the captain's seat. There is a number 1 seat for Ansar.
Oh, he offers me the number.
You are his number 1. There is no Grobek to compete with here.
Well, I wasn't. Are we on the Dauntless?
No, you're on the
You're
ISS.
Yeah.
Whatever I called it. Yorktown, sure.
Okay.
I had a more elegant name for it, but I didn't scratch it down.
Okay.
He brings it around, and the Dauntless moves into a flanking position because the tactics are essentially the same, just more aggressive. And you get a hail from the Klingon battlecruiser. Commodore says, "They're hailing us with a small volley. They had the drop on us. Fascinating." On screen.
This is General Robeck of the Klingon Empire.
And sitting next to Robeck, in a seat on the same throne level, because it's a Klingon battlecruiser, is him, just a little bit lower, with her arm draped around his shoulder. It's your favorite Romulan, but Mirrorverse, giving her impish smile to the screen.
Klingons and Romulans.
It is a funny trick of the Terran uprising to name 2 ships Dauntless. Why? You have 30 seconds to tell me the grand story of why this error occurred of naming 2 ships the same name before you were all blown. And you will not see another day.
Commodore says, "What are you talking about? There's only one Dauntless. What kind of foolish trickery is this?"
Correct. There is now only one Dauntless. We have just come back from blowing up the other one.
He laughs. What kind of ridiculous mind tactic is this, Klingon? We won that engagement. My dear. And he gestures to Dersha to step on the screen.
As you can see, I'm here safely, and I have the crew of the Dauntless to thank for that.
Romulan
They brought me
says,
home.
"That's our pet. How did she get on that ship, my dear?" To Robeck.
Shh.
Yes, unfortunately, you'll have to tug your own leash for a while.
Darling, but we'll miss you.
I'll look at Tila. I told you they would not believe us. Send it forward. And like 3 of the ships engage their tractor beams on an object they've been pulling behind them and kind of launch it forward. And it's just like a huge slab of metal. And it just says, would it be you or I? ISS Dauntless on it.
Commodore arches an eyebrow and gives a command to scan it. Your tractor beam catches it.
I know you're old, so you'll want to magnify a bit.
This is obviously a trick.
What
Some
happens
form
when?
Who speaks?
Some form of fabrication.
Who speaks?
It is I, First Officer Ansar Conan.
Not only do you name your ships twice, but you name your humans twice. I have killed Ansar Conan.
Yes, I saw my darling boy here cut his head off himself. It was glorious. We even kept his badge, and she throws the metal badge towards the view screen. It clanks off the bar. The handrail that no one ever uses. Commodore looks very confused now. Looks directly at Second. Subordinate. After he does the cut comms, so you can watch them talking but can't hear them from the Klingon ship.
Yeah,
I feel like Picard was always the most vicious about
Yeah,
that. He
he
was just
was.
like,
Never subtle.
I am hanging up on you now.
He speaks the truth.
The Klingon?
Yes.
So he believes he destroyed the Dauntless and killed Commander Ansar. What about her? Yes, she's telling the truth too.
She is also.
He looks at
And-
you, Ansar. Go ahead. Sorry.
Commander. Commander Ansar hesitated to take the seat.
He processes that one for a second but doesn't say anything. He looks at Ansar and says, "What kind of tactic did you use to escape that situation? Did you mock up a whole second Dauntless?" He looks kind of impressed. Durja, you have no idea. They basically rescued you from the planet you were on, put you on the sister ship to the Dauntless, completely different ship, and then the Dauntless stayed behind to take fire from the Klingons so you could warp out. You didn't see what happened. You do know the Dauntless was single-handedly taking on this entire squadron, though, which would make it 9-1.
I must admit, I was very impressed that the Dauntless seemed to have taken on 9 Klingon battle cruisers all on its own.
Not on its own, with the power of the Terran Dominion behind it and the insight and knowledge provided to its crew. We used the resources capable of us. It is a ship built for battle.
Passion and fervor can only do so much against so many big guns. What did you do to get away?
Before you can answer, another volley of torpedoes hits the shields. And Rebecca's just staring at you, clearly. That's clearly a "don't ignore me" message there.
I'll look back to the commander. Commander, apologies. It appears as though my report will have to suffice in regard to how we managed to escape. It appears we are being prodded by a Klingon.
Open the channel. Makes the beep noise.
The thing to remember, Commander, is of course that he only believes this. Betazoid powers read emotions. If you can convince yourself of anything, you can.
always with the honeyed words. This is why your empire will fall to mine. And then there's just like a next to the piece of ship that's floating towards you. There's another teleportation phase, and there is a headless body that is clearly Ansar's body.
Pick. Gonna need an observation roll.
Scan if you must.
What am I rolling for that?
Give me insight and command.
Insight and command. That's not great.
Oops.
1 success. No, sorry, 2 successes.
2. Okay.
Yep.
So, the Commodore commands that the body be scanned. And because Ansar and the Commodore and Durge are all facing forward, no one really pays attention to this. But Pick, you're behind them on the bridge. You don't see what the Commodore did, but clearly he did something, because you see 3 of the people who stand against the backboard of the bridge suddenly pull out phasers and knives.
At me?
2 are looking at Ansar, 1's looking at Pick, yes. You don't see that though, Ansar, only Pick does.
Do I, when we transferred over here, would I have weapons?
Because your uniform changed, yes. both the knife and the phaser they carry.
So am I, and I'm still chief of security. So I'm gonna, the one that's looking at me, I'm gonna ensign with me and see what he does and start heading towards him.
You're heading towards him, or you're heading towards Ansar?
Towards the security or whatever, the enemies that just pulled out their stuff on us. I assume those are security personnel that I would,
Clearly
in theory,
been
be in
given
control
a
of.
command of some kind you missed. Yes.
No, yeah, I understand that, but that's why I'm testing that and trying to close the gap unthreateningly.
Okay. He doesn't react to that. They're more focused on Ansar.
Okay.
So, like, he assumes you're going to help them. Is what's happening.
I gotcha. So as I walk up, I haven't got to use my nerve pinch yet this whole season, so I don't think.
Tried, I think, once, but yes, not for real.
Okay. So I would like to, like, put my hand, like, again, staying like super non-threatening, and put my hand up and try to nerve pinch him.
Roll it. This would be a melee roll, so
Fitness and security.
correct. With any bonuses, you got a specialization and a bonus die for this.
Okay, so I get hand-to-hand combat.
Yep.
And guerrilla tactics, not quite, but
And a
this
bonus
is
die
kind of
for
sneaky.
Hot Dog Wizard if you want it.
Cool. So that's 4.
Yep. Nice gift, Steve.
3 successes.
You successfully nerve pinch the guy, and he goes down. One of the remaining 2 turns on you, and the other one decides that's his time. Takes a shot at Ansar.
Yeah, I'm gonna
There's
try
no
to
stun in the Terran Dominion.
Sure.
You can do your dodge roll, which is fitness and security.
Oh, son of a.
As much as I enjoy humans having to clean house, I'll let you settle that, but you do have something of mine. Fire.
And this is when you're going to active war mode?
Yes.
Okay.
Yikes.
Can subordinate Sekhem Ekar try and read what he means by something of his?
Clearly means Dersha.
No successes on the fitness security.
Okay. You see both ships powering up their weapons, Dersha? It's time to make your choice.
I'm going to message you.
Okay.
I will say that once the nerve pinch goes on and the shooting happens, like Ansar will do the kind of Kirk double fist, punch
60s
someone
combat, yeah.
nearby, and I'll start trying to fight as best I can.
Dersha almost absentmindedly bumps into the guy who is shooting at you, and the shot goes wild. She goes, oops, and then pushes something on her belt. Robeck smiles, and the shields go down on the ISS Yorktown and on the Dauntless.
Lock on to all 3 of their frequencies. I have questions. Now!
And the 3 of you disappear as the Klingon war squadron just wrecks the Yorktown.
I'm trying to phase myself out of my shot.
It's actually working. Do you destroy the Dauntless too, or just damage it?
Take it with you.
Destroy it. I destroy that too. I can't take any chances.
Oops, subordinate second was still on and the got blowed up. Sorry.
How could you?
Oops.
What?
I mean, why would General Robeck want some lowly subordinate mind reader?
Buzz, questions.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, a fierce but short Star Trek battle ensues. Kind of like, I mean, short for Star Trek. It's actually about the length of Wrath of Khan, because of course it is. The Dauntless actually escapes heavily damaged. The Yorktown is destroyed, and from Robeck, Derja, Peck, and Ansar's point of view, that's it. But what the audience sees is the Commodore actually manages to activate some kind of emergency backup plan, because of course I had one. And the entire bridge crew also gets transported away just as the ship explodes, because ships explode in space. So, the three of you appear on the transporter platform. Nope, that's not what we're going to do. The three of you appear directly in the brig with the force field up immediately the second you appear. He's just standing there looking at you with Tala leaning on him, being all sexy like she is. Oh, you got our toy back, darling.
Of course, I said I would.
It's hard to play with you if I'm in here.
Yes, and I count my ship and my warriors lucky that you decided to blow up whatever ship it was you did blow up, as opposed to ours.
Tala says, "Is it though?" And she gives her impish smile, pushes a button on her belt, and clamps shoot around your necks, all three of you. And a shock is delivered to Derja, which this is a shock you're very familiar with. You usually enjoy it at this frequency. React how you like.
She falls to her knees and gives a provocative moan.
See? You don't have to be on this side.
I can play, but I do prefer it when we're a little closer.
Imposters, who are you? I was not bluffing. I did kill one known as Ansar, second in command to the Commodore. And among the passenger list, a Vulcan named Pick. You two seem to have the same designations. Explain.
I'll explain fully. And you will be very interested to hear what I have to say.
That is why you are still alive.
Correct.
And not part of the wreck that we just left. Now talk
Second,
before I change my mind.
for the duration of this scene, you're a Romulan. You're the Romulan who runs the brig, which doesn't mean like you're necessarily a hardened punch person, but you are very good at torture and you really get off on it. And Robeck signals for you to step into frame as he commands that they talk. You're the agonizer expert for the Klingons.
Oh, is it my turn? I've been looking forward to getting my hands on you.
I'm feeling nostalgic. And I will walk over to one of the panels, pull out hand, Klingon pain stick. Use it liberally.
I prefer a Romulan weapon, however. Alright.
Which one
One
are you
good
signaling?
solid whack.
Yeah, which one are you signaling she take out Robeck?
Oh, Ansar.
So, it actually, you're conveniently...
Mr. Talkie.
You're conveniently standing in 3 sections of the brig, and the force field conveniently only releases the Ansar portion. And we'll have you roll when it matters, but for the opening scene, the pain stick happens.
Okay.
Have you seen that on Star Trek at some point, I assume?
I mean, I'm sure, yes.
That's the thing they used to jump Worf in on that one episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally one word, PAINSTIK. That's funny.
Yeah, so I curl
You
up
undergo a
and
quick
go
beating,
down.
yes.
Yeah.
But you,
Just
since
be
we're
like,
not rolling dice,
no.
you react how you want.
No, None of this is necessary. I want to speak with you. We are unfortunate allies, in case you haven't realized it yet.
Still, you have not learned your honeyed words get you nowhere.
I thought
If you
this
want
was
to talk,
my
then talk.
job.
You do as I say, and be lucky you are alive on my ship.
I am Ansar Conan, captain of the USS Dauntless.
A lie! That ship was destroyed.
There is no USS Dauntless. It's ISS. Clearly, you need to learn how to read.
No. The USS Dauntless.
Doesn't exist.
In this reality.
No.
When he says in this reality, Derja, you remember something. What is this Dominion Council called again? The actual rulers? There's a word for that crap.
Oh, the founders.
The founders. You remember the founders talking about that once. Like they've run into that.
So...
Excuse me. And Deirdre gets up and she goes to the front of the cage and she sort of leans and she says, "You might want to look into that, actually."
We can work together.
Oh, I don't know if we can, but...
You would also know, Derja, in that reality, the Federation are soft and weak, and the Dominion is on their way to crushing them.
But General, I do think we could have a bit of fun with them. They're, from what I know, relatively soft.
They believe in
But
democracy.
they believe in democracy rather than power.
So easily
Dominance.
conquerable.
Yeah.
Anything but.
We've been stalemated with the Terran Empire for years. But if we could have our Klingon allies from a different dimension join our war, that might be the tipping point.
I do believe there's some credence to the idea of an alternative reality. I have heard it mentioned.
Your plan won't work in regard to that.
We will see, but
Work.
you will tell us what we need to know in order to get back to where you came from.
A Commander Cork. I remember Commander Cork in history.
Yes. It was Commander Quark.
You know that name, Robeck. He was an infamous legendary commander of the Terran Empire. He single-handedly caused the stalemate 90 years ago.
It's supposed to be Kirk, but
Yes.
this Romulan's like human names. Blech.
Thank you. I was like, Ferengi? DS9?
Yeah, it's like
what?
the Grand.
That's what
Talking
makes
about
it
the
even
Grand
better.
Nagus here over here? What are we doing?
His sub-commander is also legendary, someone named Spock.
General.
And it's Spork. Spork, yes.
General, you must understand a diplomatic mission when you have one. Take the collar off. Let us talk like commanders together.
No, you
Don't
don't understand. The Klingon Empire tried diplomacy here. And that is how we have a Terran Empire. That is how we lost Kronos originally.
That's why the
My-
Klingons are so bad at this fighting. They tried to be diplomatic.
You're one to talk. We conquered you first.
You wish you conquered me.
Honey, we should have a play date.
We tried diplomacy. The Terran Empire is what we got for it. I assure you, while you might want to sympathize with the humans, they are the bad guys here.
Obviously, the Terran Dominion, yes, they are the enemies. They are the ones that we must work against. You have allies. Realize it.
No, I have somebody who claims to be from a different universe and shares the face of someone I've killed. So for that, I will be cautious. You will remain where you are.
Maybe he's one
And
of
my-
the founders.
And my torture master here will have her way with you.
Oh, I've been waiting for that.
I will come back in a few hours to see if you're ready to be done with the talking and the honeyed words and get down to actual important matters.
General Roebuck. I'm Lieutenant Pick of the USS Dauntless, and I do not lie. And if you have any way of telling that I do not lie, then everything Commander Ansar Conan has said is true.
Well, you should have brought that Betazoid over too. It would have told you whether or not he was lying.
A bold claim to be able to say you never lie. I do not know you, and like I said, you share the face of one I've already killed.
Maybe they're changelings.
Perhaps the one that you killed was in fact a copy of me and not vice versa.
Now, when your torturer says maybe they're changelings, Robeck, could be. There's a special kind of torture that forces them to maintain their original form if you do use it. It's gnarly.
Well, you know what to do to follow up on that assumption. Come! And I'll just wave. I'll just motion to Law. They'll be busy for a while.
The scene changes to Durja and Robeck while torturing happens off camera with just screams and electricity sounds. For those who don't know the Mirror Universe, there's actually, it looks like a giant round cryostasis tube, and they stick you inside of it, and then they turn it on, and there's a bunch of flashing lights, and you scream a lot.
Tyler, I messaged you.
Nope, didn't even see it.
I messaged you. Please answer.
Hear my
Is
plea.
Is it as silly as the Star Wars torture thing, where it's just like you're like 6 inches away from this thing, and then it just sparks, and then you start going, ah.
They do a pretty good job of making it look uncomfortable rather than comical.
Bzzt.
So, as you're going to leave, Robeck,
Sorry, we are communicating. I remember
you
a
have to Google
thing,
that, yeah.
but not the specifics about it.
While we stall to Google for that, Robeck, as you're going to leave, Ansar makes his Captain Kirk move. Tackles one of your security guards that's holding their weapons, grabs his phaser, and fires it at you. You can dodge.
Okay. It dodges what in this?
Fitness security, I believe, or
Yep.
daring security.
Fitness.
Okay. I'll use either espionage or commanding officer to get an extra die if I can.
Espionage and commanding officer would only be for talking.
Okay.
Means we can switch back to this music.
Yeesh. Good thing I had the 3 dice. 1 success.
So, he fires at you, and the shot goes wild because that wasn't his intention. He fires at you, flings the phaser to the side when you go to dodge, and as you're rolling, he pulls one of your own knives out and cuts you with it for 2 stress. And then he takes a battle stance. He's clearly challenging you. is not an attempt to kill you. This is an attempt to gain honor in your eyes.
Entertainment!
Amusing, human. What do you know of Klingon ways?
I know.
What do you think you have started here?
I know the real Robeck. I have served with him on the USS Dauntless. Me and him are allies. We have shed blood together. We fight often. We disagree almost every day, but we respect each other. And I know no matter what, one way or another, I will get through to you. That somewhere inside you is the same Robeck I fight with.
So whatever the actual Klingon challenge to single
something
combat,
in Klingon I've learned from Robeck, I will say to this Robeck.
he gives you a formal challenge, not to the death, but to superiority. To disable. All the Klingons and Romulans in the area immediately take their hands off their weapons because they know what that is. You can't say no.
Yeah, how honorable are Klingons in the Mirror Universe, though?
It's even more important because that's how you defeat the dishonorable Terran Empire.
Gotcha.
No.
I will just kind of... Then let us begin, Ansar human. And without picking up a weapon, I'm just going to launch myself at him.
Okay. So Robeck, it would be your turn because he initiated combat.
Okay.
Simple attack and dodge rolls. Whoever loses stress first wins. Or loses, I mean.
Okay.
We're going to call it 2 stress per hit because it's quicker than trying to do it officially. Assuming you're both good with PvP.
Wow.
Which clearly is the case.
2 successes with a complication.
Uh, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 success on the dodge.
So he hits you. However, and you take the 2 stress. However, he takes 1 back from the complication because you managed to get another stab in.
Okay. I'll.
This is true Kirk style, so he like.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll actually use like the pommel and kind of like blunt him in the ribs, just to not stab and do lethality to him.
That's fine with me. This is definitely a Kirk fight though, so you like ridiculously pinwheel across the set.
Yeah, so it's like I'm like spinning, and then I come and I'm just like, and then when I hit him with that, I'll actually drop the knife and it'll just become straight full on.
Just enough
Star
of his
Trek
hair to be
fisticuffs.
sexy comes undone.
Yeah. So, since I know for a fact mechanically I cannot stand up to Robeck, I'm asking for a couple of favors in lieu of story here. When he throws me against the wall, I'm hoping to like maybe bust a monitor or a console or something like that. And can I actually just fully kind of defensive kind of set up to kind of dodge and parry his attacks for right now?
Yes.
Okay. So I am setting up...
If all you do is resist without attacking back, you can have 3 dice on your rolls. Plus, you got a bonus from Ep8, I think. Nope.
Okay.
Zaptic gave you a boost. That's 4 dice on that roll. So
4
roll
dice
back
on
to you
that
again
roll.
since you're attacking.
Perfect.
You're the aggressor.
Okay.
Also, while this is happening, Derja convinces Talat to go over to where she's at, and they whisper to each other, and Talat giggles, says something to Sekim's character. Sekim looks at Robeck and thinks to herself, it's not Sekim. Since Robeck is busy, she's technically in command. Drops the force field and activates the collar of Pick, so he's disabled. Cuts a piece of his arm off. Like
What?
a hunk of skin.
Why am I cutting off a piece of his arm?
Derja looks disappointed at the results.
not a changeling. If he was, it would have returned to a gelatinous state.
Pick, take 2 stress.
Jeez.
Three successes on my attack.
There you go, Ansar. Beat or
3
tie.
successes.
Three.
Vulcan was hoping for a changeling. Oh well.
For those wondering, the test to find out if you're changeling is once the blood is separated from the body, it reverts.
Yep.
They could have just made him bleed, but that was less fun.
Way less fun.
So can I join? They opened this force field, so I joined this
They
combat now.
disabled
Not-
you with the collar, or at least they thought they did. I want you to make a fitness plus security roll with 3 dice.
I'm gonna spend one of my votes and
Okay.
get 5.
Got 3.
Okay.
Four successes. Bonus to Robeck honor to the Empire. I got 4 successes on my dodge.
Okay. Roll back again.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm gonna
takes
use
up-
that bonus then.
That dodge takes up my turn.
If you attack back, you don't get the bonus to the dodge.
Right. So I successfully dodged his attack. So I was hoping to be able to do something now.
You can, but you can't attack back, or else you'd have lost that bonus die.
I'm confusing
If you're
the back
using
and
your
forth
whole
thing.
turn to dodge, you're getting 3 dice to your dodge rolls.
Right. My last turn, I did nothing. I just dodged. Then Robeck attacked. So not me again?
Right. You're getting a bonus die to get a better chance of dodging. So you
Right.
can take actions, but they can't be offensive.
Okay. What I'm hoping to do is now that I've dodged his attack, I'm trying to egg him on to get him to start, like,
Oh,
making
yeah.
mistakes.
You can do that.
That's-
So that's a command roll plus presence,
Okay.
and then he resists
So
with,
either using diplomacy or trying to use espionage or confrontation or something. I'm just like the mighty General Robeck missing a strike against this weak Federation. You can do better than that, Robeck.
and then it's control plus command for you, Robeck, to resist being
That's-
goaded. Or
that's-
you can just choose to be goaded if you want.
No, I will choose to resist. It's 3 successes for me.
Okay. Back to Robeck. And Sarka, keep trying.
I'm gonna use one of my. I'm gonna use the bonus J3 billion just gave me.
Yikes. Well, it was a good fight. Was that 5 successes?
Yeah, that's 5 successes.
If he hits you, still just 2 more stress. It's not actually taking you out.
There's 2 successes on my part on 2 dice.
Now you can try to intimidate again because he hit you with the full roundhouse and it did not knock you out.
I'm gonna use my as a Klingon, and for one of my talents I took, my unarmed strike also has vicious 1 and knockdown. So I'm gonna like to apply both of those.
We're just doing 2 stress per hit for the fun of it, but you can knock him down, yes.
That
Okay.
would, yeah, officially, mechanically, he's dealt like 2 or 3 injuries to me probably by now.
Yeah.
It was just one of those, just like full power, like straight on your like jaw chin area. Then like the follow through helps bring you down to the ground hard. So I'm just looming over you now.
And if you want to taunt, you can.
I'll take the punch. I'll take the punch and I'll kind of like over dramatically, fall across, hit a console, kind of whip back around, and I want to land in front of the cells.
Okay.
And that all you got? You Klingon bastard. Where I come from, the Klingon calls me sir.
Roll it. You can have a bonus die for that.
Motherfucker.
You can have a bonus die for that one. So you got a boost from Nautilus, Steve.
Yeah.
And you have one too, Patty.
Excellent.
Tony. But Tony's is only to actually punch, so you can't use it to resist taunt.
That's fine. That's fine.
Don't you got one from Dad too, Steve? You could get full 5 dice.
Hell yes. So I'm letting you know before we make the rolls. My goal, hopefully, to try to pull something out of my ass on this, is if I can dodge and beat him.
No. I know what you're trying. You're trying to get me to fall into the cell.
Yeah! You do. You do.
If you win the roll, sure.
Oh, God.
That's very Star Trek.
That's what I'm trying to think Star Trek and what I would do. Alright, Oh, God. Okay. Can we make a gentleman's agreement to not use determination on this?
Sure.
Okay.
Even though you're getting more, even though you get 5 dice, I'm only gonna have 3. Sure.
Yeah, but your number is, you have a much higher.
I thought we were talking about for the resist on the taunt. Are we talking about like the hit?
Oh, I'm assuming the taunt, like, the taunt was just the taunt. Like, I, like.
Oh, okay. So we're rolling. I'm rolling the hit now.
Yeah, I'm putting all of my 5 into the dodge against your punch.
I see what's happening. Yeah,
All right. All right. I have 4 then from my 3, and then 1 from Tony. All right.
I just wasn't sure. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not sure. Yeah.
You're good. Both of you roll. I don't know how good that
That's
is.
a lot of successes.
4 for me.
That's a really high number.
That might be 4 for Steve.
No, that's only 2 for me.
Then with my vicious
What
and
is your
knockdown
command plus
again.
presence, Ansar?
My command plus present. Oh.
Oh no, you're dodging. Right.
I'm dodging. Yeah.
Never mind.
With my vicious and knockdown, and I'm gonna kind of just see that he's trying to goad me, and just be like, "Never, ever challenge me on my ship again," and I will Sparta kick him back into the cell, and then slam it and activate the shield.
Ansar, it's Star Trek. Everyone forgets you still have the knife.
Okay.
Fair.
Fair enough.
General, that was kind of hot.
What's my situation right now? Because I was out of the cell.
No, they came in the cell after you. They reclosed it.
Oh, okay.
However, because again, Star Trek, Ansar got Sparta kicked into your part of the cell, so you're actually together.
Perfect.
Let that one bleed on his injuries for a little while, and then resume the questioning. Field Commander, I believe you need to give me a mission report in my quarters.
Yes, sir.
My pleasure.
Tila, come!
Oh, I intend to. They exit stage right.
Oh no.
It's not
That
my
was
fault.
on the nose.
Robeck did that.
Yes, I did. I knew what I was doing.
And that is where we'll take our mid-show break, because we're basically right on time. And then we'll see how Ansar and Pick escape. So don't go anywhere, audience. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Well, Pick might have done something too in secret. We'll find out when we come back.
Awesome.
we have returned from break. While 3 of the characters are off-screen, debriefing, the rest of you are still in the prison chambers, so this is Pick and Ansar, alone, with each other. The scene is yours.
I thought I'd get through to him. I really did.
Do I have enough stuff for emergency medicine as a focus? Can I try to hedge her up a little bit?
I won't require a roll for that. You can just... Oh my god, I thought I'd win conversation while you patch him up, yeah. This is how we reflect you only lost stress and did not take any injuries. The first aid.
Okay.
Seems that this reality's Robeck is perhaps more, shall we say, steadfast than our Robeck. Steadfast is not the word I was looking for.
Let's just say he's perhaps more Robeck than Robeck.
I can see that as well.
From here on, we've got to. We have to get off the ship.
I'll show my shoulder or part of my arm, and at least they know we're not changelings.
True.
It was so fun finding that out. You want me to do it again? Oh,
No,
I didn't get to do it to that Betazoid over there. I could do that to him. That'd be so fun. Come here, give me your arm. I'd just like to slice off just a little bit.
She's across the room at her desk, still mostly ignoring you, but every now and then she comments at you as to what's happening. So you were not fully unsupervised. But she's clearly very bored waiting on a certain timer before she can torture you again.
I kind of look around. Do you think we can find a way out of here? We've got to figure out a way out quickly before they come back.
I'm gonna show what I have to him.
Yep, he's been made aware.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I know you have something. What was it exactly?
We're talking about to your side.
To my side?
Yep. Oh no, it's not because I told you out loud.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Useful. I was also able to get this and show the knife that I had kind of dropped and kicked back over towards the cell during the fight. I look around. Is there a place I could like slide the knife so that it like short circuits a panel?
This is Star Trek. There is clearly an inside control panel on the brig.
Perfect. So using my espionage, reason, and science, can I attempt to use the knife to short out the cell energy?
Yes, but who's going to distract the torturer? Is that Pick's job? Or you want Pick to make the roll to short out because you're the talker?
We can do that.
Pick can talk.
Yeah.
Up to you the order you want. Doesn't matter to me. It's going to be reason and science, and then it's going to be your choice of control or daring and command. I'm sorry, presence or daring and command to talk.
Okay. Am I talking then?
No, I'll do the talk. You short out the cell and then disrupt the everything that's going on.
If you're shorting out the cell, then you can do daring and security.
Daring and security? Okay.
Yep.
No, I don't believe it's taking any piece of my arm. I mean, not without direct permission, I assume. You seem to be under that Klingon's control.
Under the Klingon control. Okay. Would I get free reign when it's time to torture again?
And then I got 2 successes, so I assume that it worked
Okay.
before I make my next thing.
That's all you have to do for now. It'll depend on what happens with Steve's roll.
Okay.
Free reign, you say? I haven't seen him give much free reign to anybody.
Well, that's because he was around, now wasn't it? He's not always around when I torture.
No. So, you're breaking the rules? You're going behind your commander's back? Are you
I never said that.
taking liberties with prisoners?
Why do you want me to take liberty with you?
I don't think you have it in you.
Oh, you're funny. You want me to come over there and undo the security field, and then your friend is going to jump me, and it won't be fun.
No, I don't want you to come over here and undo anything. I just need you talking to me for a little while.
And that's when the force
Focusing
field
on
drops.
me.
But before the torturer can react by more than jumping up, she disintegrates with the inevitable sound of disruptor fire. And that's when a very sad Betazoid comes into the room holding a disruptor, like she's never fired it before, followed by the Commodore.
What the fuck just happened?
The Commodore pets subordinate Second on the head and says, "Good job, you're gonna get real good at killing."
Yes, Commodore, and thank you.
Next time, don't hesitate.
No, I won't.
And then he looks at the two of you and says, "Oh, good, you're getting yourselves out. I don't know what's going on here with you, but right now it doesn't matter. We have a common enemy. We're taking this ship." And then a couple red shirts and Yana's Mirrorverse character all walk in, all armed.
No,
They toss you disruptors.
they've both been hurt.
We can fight.
Yes, we can. The field commander is working with the Klingons and the Romulans.
And you've actually seen the specs for this ship because you're allies in your universe, so you know where his room is.
I'll say this. I'll say we've seen a good amount of the ship. So here's what we'll do. I need Commodore, with your permission. The Klingon general is located on deck 7. You know, on the port side. His room is guarded by blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you don't mind, I would like to take Lieutenant Pick and make some modifications to the ship that they're not expecting.
I'll get the general. You do what you need to do with the ship. We'll deal with whatever is going on once it's ours.
Excellent. Pick with me.
The two of you make your way to the bridge, or wherever it is you're going to try to do your thing.
So we'll kind of like run off like with disruptors and do everything, and then kind of like I want to dip to the side. Pick. So we need to get off of the ship immediately, get back to the Dauntless. What we need to do is a shuttle. If we can find a shuttle and get back with warp information, we should be able to use it to do some sort of fold and get back to our timeline.
And then so I'll pull up, or no, I guess if there's a console nearby, probably, right? So I could pull up.
There needs to be, yes.
Yeah, so I can pull up a map to see where the escape pods are.
While that's happening, Commodore and his people slip quietly through the ship, kill a couple people with knives, make their way to the general's quarters where they overpower the 2 guards with guile. They look at each other, do the silent countdown, and then slide open the door and go in, just in time to see Derja.
Stab Tala.
Pulls a knife out of who knows where because they're in, Star Trek launcher right now. And just right through the carotid artery of Tala.
Oh gosh.
What do you say to the Commodore?
Mission successful, sir.
He just smirks, points his weapon at Robeck. And while I deal with noisy, Robeck and Derja can have their confrontation.
You're muted.
All he does is just shake his head for a little bit.
You know this is the fun part.
Do you even know who you are anymore?
I'm whoever I want to be. That's the fun bit. And she gets close to you and she says, I do suppose I owe you for helping me with that, reminding me that I don't live under my father's thumb and all, but at the end of the day, I'm Bajoran.
I yelled your name, covered in blood, to the gods, signifying our meeting. And this is what you do to me.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. And she does the Klingon divorce ritual, smacks you and says whatever the phrase is. But you were so precious. But yeah, I'm Bajoran. I was raised by Cardassians. This is what I was meant to do. And I'm so good at it.
And that's when the Commodore disintegrates Robeck.
No! But also, yay!
Now, I know what I told Robeck and Derja in the side, but it's going to go a little differently because this happened faster than I thought it would. So, Pick and Ansar, you make your way to the escape pods. And successfully escape the ship in a shuttle. Which, of course...
Before we do so, are we able to download, are we able to copy or secure any information on their post-warp drive?
The Klingon ship doesn't actually have a special drive.
That's back on the other ship. That's back on the Dominion ship. You're right.
Yeah.
Apologies. Yep. Okay. All right. So we have a shuttle.
And your shuttle ejects, and then the ship starts firing at you. And you realize the Commodore did his job faster than you thought would happen. Because they're clearly warning shots. But then, right before the torpedo hits you, you're transported off the shuttle.
Pick set an evasive pattern to... What?
And you rematerialize on the bridge with a Romulan ship. Your Romulan ship.
What?
It worked!
And Tala, yeah, Derja is yelling, "It worked!" And Robeck is just shaking his head in the corner. And Tala says, it's about time, darling. Shall we?
How did you find us?
I can always find you. We're like star-crossed lovers.
Except without the love.
Well, there's plenty of stars, so I guess that works.
Fair enough. I guess for once it's good to see you.
She pats the seat next
looking-
to her and says, "Let's have some fun." And she gives a command in Romulan, and the warbird decloaks.
That line was specifically to Talad, not to Dersha.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
looking-
like Georgia's hurt.
No,
She has
no,
no idea
no.
what
When I
happened.
looked at Dersha, it'd be like, it's actually very good to see you. Are you? It's actually. Are you still wearing the leather? Like, on this side, like, how would that work with the clothes changing in this universe?
Oh, I have no idea.
You'd still be wearing Dersha outfit because everyone changed when they transformed, but
Okay.
Romulans are all in the wrong uniform too.
Okay. Well then, it's good. It is actually good to see you, Dersha, the real you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back into my uniform.
Me too. I'm gonna
You're very
tug this-
curious about this not real you though.
Yeah,
like, you know where you're at, but you haven't run into your doubles or anyone's doubles. You've just been avoiding Terran patrols, trying to
Yeah.
catch up to Ansar.
And thinking about that, she reaches up to check her ear.
It's there
My earring is there.
Yes.
Okay, good.
because you're the
Okay.
real Ansar. I mean, the real Dersha.
We are all the
Interesting.
real Ansar.
Yes, we are all Ansar.
And Mr. Robeck's here as well.
Yes, the actual Robeck.
I will walk up to Robeck and just look him dead in the eye and just be like, it is good to see you again. And put my hand out to him.
I'll do the
Klingon shake.
the Klingon forearm shake.
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk about when we get out of here.
Indeed.
And that's when Tala gives another command, and a volley of weapons fire hits the Klingon ship, and then they open. That was, a warning shot, because they're obviously much larger even than the battlecruiser prototype. And they hail the Commodore, who answers. And she runs her finger down your cheek, Ansar, and says, "You can talk to him. He's your boy after all."
I'll step forward.
Subordinate Second is on screen for this.
I'll step forward. Hello, Commodore. This time I properly introduce myself. I am Captain Ansar Conan of the USS Dauntless.
I'm impressed. The reports I've heard about your version of the Empire are much less adept at sabotage and infiltration. We'll have to update our information. Robeck! I just killed you. I guess I could do it twice in one day. Oh, and how fascinating is this? He gestures off screen. My dear, come look at this. And this is, of course... We'll let Rosie have a conversation with herself.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Wow, this is gonna be interesting. See if you can figure out which deer's just which. Oh, we really. Can we save that one? I would really like to play with myself a bit. Yeah. Why don't we just shoot him? We can just shoot him, right? Yeah. Shoot him.
I don't know, I couldn't tell which one was which.
Commodore laughs. We'll see who survives.
We'll find us an enemy that you have not experienced before. As
Oh,
you can yes. We do not care to interfere with your timeline. We wish to get back to ours. This is your last chance. Provide us with your post-warp technology so that we can leave you behind to your imperial nature. Make the wise decision. Do not make a new enemy today.
There's a side message coming. Where's Steve? There he is.
It me. There's a big long message coming through. And I'm just trying to give them, that one chance to not push combat.
And one more while you read that. There's Patty.
Oh, Patty is rapidly growing facial hair.
Rogaine. It's a hell of a drug.
Okay. You said so yourself. You did not know a lot about us, that your intelligence did not prepare you for something like this. I will let you know we know far more than you think we do. And we are more than willing to use our intelligence to make sure that we get home safe, at the cost of your life if necessary.
Alright, check yours, Patty, and then we're gonna go. Alright. Pick, you're paying close attention to the screen because you saw the signals last time, and you can tell the Commodore is stalling while he's getting his people ready to attack you while you're still not cloaked. So this is your moment. What do you do?
So the Klingon battlecruiser, some of the data that we took with us allows me to know the shield modulation, and I'm going to. Does anyone else know what you told me?
Only Ansar, only Steve, not even Ansar. Just
Right,
Steve the player.
Okay, well then I
No
want
one else
to.
has been warned.
Okay, then I want to tell Ansar privately what I'm doing, and then head down to the transporter room.
Okay. You send a message to Ansar's console, because like Riker always had the armchair console. And while they're stalling during the conversation, Pick suddenly appears on the bridge of the Commodore's ship as the Commodore goes, "What happened to the shields? Put them back up." What does Pick do when he appears?
I'm going to shoot the Commodore.
Who immediately disintegrates because Pick has a disruptor he's had since he got tortured by the torturer in the cell. Ansar, what do you do in reaction to this?
Well, first, I will say, log on to Pick immediately. Get him back over here. You'll be overrun too quickly.
And then what? What's the second command?
With you.
You hear that from subordinate Secum.
Wait, sorry, I missed that. What was
Take
that?
me with you.
Yeah.
Oh.
The real Secum is back on
The Dauntless, wherever the hell it is.
Dauntless, wherever it is in here. And we don't know what happens if two...
Well, you have the information now. They have interacted. Spock actually fought Spock and nothing exploded.
Oh, so we do know
Nothing
that.
explodes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in that case, log on to Lieutenant Pick immediately. Top priority. I also want this version Secum and this version Sturgia. Directly to the brig.
The transporter initiates, but not before 3 of the red shirts on the bridge manage to bombard Pick.
No, lock onto him. Get him over here.
Pick disintegrates under disruptor fire.
The feck?
No.
I had a different. Oh, that's never mind.
At least that's what you think happened. 2 people appear in the transporter room.
Well, I
React
guess
to
I
that.
can play. I guess
They're not
I
in
can.
the transporter room. They appear in the brig.
The ship is still active, though, right? Like the ship is still up and running and
Yeah, as far as you can tell. There's
operational.
more things happening inside, though. Yeah.
Mr. Roback, I trust that without a Commodore, you will be able to disable that ship.
Robeck,
It will be my pleasure.
when the chaos explodes, the ship the Klingon battlecruiser opens fire. The Romulan ship takes its hits. Chaos ensues. Somebody goes flying across the bridge. Security personnel immediately leave the bridge to head to deal with the people who got transported.
And that's where I'm going
That's
to.
where Ansar leaves. And for a brief moment, it's just you, 2 green shirts, and Tala at the bridge.
I slide my disruptor out, throw it to the ground, pull out my blade, walk deliberately to Tala. You murdered my cousin, Beta.
Roback?
You're not there. You were pulled off to deal with your double.
You murdered my cousin Baytok at Gnalda 4. You have been nothing but a thorn in my side since we met. And your biggest crime of all is being a Romulan. And for those and all the other things you would do if left alive, you will die by a blade of House Kundakill today. Gah! Just straight in the chest, staring in her eyes the entire time.
The whole time she's smiling at you, grabs your hand, pushes the blade all the way up to the hilt, and says, "I knew I liked you," and then locks lips with you and dies that way.
I just wrench myself off her, rip the blade out in a way that does even more damage coming out than it did going in, just to make sure.
The remaining
Kind of
Romulans, the bridge crew,
Lick the blade real quick, sheath it.
the remaining Romulans, the bridge crew, look at each other, look around, understand how this works with the Tal Shiar, look at you and say, "Orders, Captain? This is your ship now, Robeck."
Evasive pattern Zeta. Fire full ray of disruptors. Cover the Dauntless.
As the firefight ensues, what's Pick doing? Who rematerializes on a different deck of the Klingon battlecruiser as he throws to the side his personal transporter that's useless because it's a one-and-done deal.
Pick's gonna find the nearest console. Probably have to shoot a couple people on the way to the closest console.
Absolutely.
And sorry, this is a what type
Prototype
of ship?
Klingon battlecruiser, but you
Yeah.
have the full specs because you're allies in the real universe, and it's the same.
Gotcha. Okay, and I activate. I could even potentially have Robeck's codes, which might be the same in this universe,
Yes.
and activate the ship's self-destruct.
Silent countdown. What's your timer? You know they'll see it if you make it too long.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it about 3 minutes. I don't know if that's too long or not. No idea.
Yeah, they'd notice. We'll call it 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Jesus.
was 30 seconds. All right.
Yes, Pick is aware this is a one-way trip and knew what he was doing. He just never told you his plan.
Yeah, I just told you I was going over to assassinate people, basically on the bridge.
Yeah.
Pick sits down very calmly and does a Vulcan meditation while the countdown goes down to 0. And the Klingon battlecruiser explodes spectacularly. You take some pretty decent damage, Roback, because your battlecruiser was a prototype and has some serious weapons in the real universe.
Sure.
But you watch it explode.
I'll sit down in the captain's chair, look over at the empty first mate chair. Hail the Dauntless.
You don't actually know where it is. Because it was
Oh,
damaged.
did they go back and cloak?
They were heavily
No.
damaged in the fight you weren't a part of.
Yeah,
The
when we
Romulans just got here.
when we got pulled off the Dauntless at the beginning of the session, it's been kind of gone ever since then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Everyone's on the run. Like, we're all together on the run.
Yes.
Ship.
Yeah,
That's right. Okay.
which is called the what?
The Tada!
The Ta-da!
We're all one big happy family on the Tada.
That's right. It is the Ta-da.
Then I'll just page the crew of the Dauntless that is on board this ship and summon them to the bridge.
And then we can switch scenes.
Jesus.
Then we can switch scenes to the security, or to the brig. Where Ansar, Mirror Universe Secum, Mirror Universe Durja, and Real Durja all are.
I apparently have to sass. How does that work?
You can be Mirror Durja and Sass Ansar.
Okay.
Okay. So who is there with me?
It's just you on your side of the security screen and a bunch of Romulan brig officers.
Just brig officers? Okay. And I have...
No, you have
Secum-
Real Durja, sorry.
I have Real Durja, and then
Mirror Secum, Mirror Durja.
Mirror Durja, Mirror Secum. I will come in to be like... I will walk into the brig with Real Durja.
That's bold. Think you can take me?
I have no interest in taking you anywhere. I'm going to leave you right here forever.
Well, it's not my personal brand of fun. And
Oh.
she looks over at your Durja. It's like, you could leave her with me. I'm sure we have plenty to talk about.
I'll look to Real Durja. You have one thing and one thing only to talk about. You will give her all the technical readout of your post-warp drive.
I don't want to be low with her, if that's okay. So...
No, absolutely not. You will be fully monitored at all times by security feed and security personnel.
Thank you. Yeah, she's kind of creepy.
Yes, I got that off of her as well. Mirror Durja.
Mirror
I'm,
Secum.
I'm sorry. Dominion Durja.
That works.
I like
When
the
do-
alliteration. It sounds
I'm sure
good.
you do. This subordinate Secum, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
You're
So
trained.
much fun.
I wasn't speaking to you. Subordinate Secum. You are trained in Betazoid telepathy and empathy, correct? And I assume your role is to
Yes.
always tell if someone is telling the truth or not.
Yes, and entertainment.
No entertainment needed. You are no one's toy anymore. I do ask, though, if you wish, to make sure that she, looking at Mirror at Dominion Durja, understands that what I'm saying is true. Thank you. You have one chance of leaving this ship. And when I say leaving this ship, I don't mean that we'll kill you. No, there will be no torture, there will be no fun, there will be no pain. There will be a dark room with one hole in the wall for your daily meals, and you will be here For the entirety of your lifespan, you will live in darkness and silence with nothing, and we will make sure you live a very long life.
He speaks the truth.
The USS Dauntless, the Federation does not kill its prisoners.
He speaks the truth.
So you will have this room and nothing else to look forward to, unless you give us what we need to get home.
One, you're assuming I wouldn't enjoy that. Two, what happens to me if I do tell you?
We transport you to whatever closest Dominion ship we can find, and we leave you to whatever fate you have, having lost your ship and your Commodore. I'm sure you'll experience a lot at the hands of the Dominion.
Oh, I'm a survivor. I'll be fine. And I'll find you. I promise.
We've beaten you once, we'll do it again. I'm not that worried.
You haven't beaten me. I'm still here. We're having this conversation. You don't win until I'm dead.
Oh no, we won a long time ago.
I'll talk. Prolong the game a bit.
Excellent. And then I will leave Durja and Durja to get the technical readout. Again, fully monitored. There's the Ramen security force and feed. She's not alone, so
The information you get, which will just show up on your comm, and you can deal with it at whatever point in the scene you want. It's not what you expected. It's not a technical readout of an engine. It's coordinates to a stable wormhole somewhere outside of Bajor.
Yes, sir. Apparently this is where the prophets live. I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to it, but they are a part of the Joran religion. Apparently they're aliens. I thought it was just, superstition.
understood. But it is a stable wormhole that will get us back to our home.
That's what she says.
Actually, I apologize. Can we retcon one thing? I didn't leave. I will stay there and see if she's telling the truth. I will use my Betazoid empathy.
You would, except Robeck did that hail, which is what interrupts the scene.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. We'll have to take her word for it.
You've got Mirror Second, who you kind of trust.
Yeah.
Sir, do you want me to leave the mirror second here, or what do you want me to?
I'll have a security transfer her to another location, or
Okay.
them to another location. And I will tell security to take other Secum, not somewhere completely unprotected, but somewhere not the brig next to Dominion Durja. Just, another secured room, but not quite as bad as the brig.
And then you report to the bridge where you and Robeck need to have a talk, because you come on the bridge and see a lot of missing Romulans, and the ones that are there are taking Robeck's orders and a very dead Tayla on the ground.
Welcome to my bridge, Commander.
I kind of look around.
Can I ask, where is real Durja? Is she still talking with
yes.
Mirror?
Yes.
She's still talking with Mirror Durja. Okay, thank you.
So I'll look around, I'll kind of see what's happened on the bridge and look and be like, understood, Captain.
Although I do not need to, I will explain myself. I had every right under Klingon and even human or Betazoid standards. She shed blood of my family, so I shed her blood. And now it is repaid. And now I command this vessel. I will assist. We will find the Dauntless. I assume you've been talking to our captives about a way to return home.
Correct. We have the location of a secure wormhole.
Then we will work together. We will travel together. We will protect one another until we get to that wormhole. Until we make sure it works and we are back home in our own timeline, in our own area of space. And once that has been confirmed, then we will go our separate ways. Is that agreeable to you, Captain of the Dauntless?
I don't wish to lose you as an ally going back through the wormhole, Robeck. Mr. Robeck. I'm sorry. Captain Robeck.
We would not be enemies. We would part neutral. Common ground equals. And we can call our training mission, our experiment, a success.
Were we, out of character, were we able to extrapolate if we go through the wormhole? Are we going to go back to where we went through the rift, or are we going to actually be back in the Alpha Quadrant?
I don't
no
think
idea.
We know, right?
Okay. Of course.
But your plan is to go through the wormhole and then recreate the energy burst that sent you into the rift. Pick left you that data before he died.
I say, of course.
I will, of course, be requesting that the Klingon warriors on the Dauntless be transferred over to this ship.
Any who wish to remain loyal to you will be freely allowed back under your command.
Agreed. And it would seem that in all the fighting, this ship lost a chief engineer. I would ask that you allow me to request the presence of Bon Georgia to join me on this ship as our chief engineer.
There's an officer in the Federation. Her position and post is that on the Dauntless.
You do know there's another very capable engineer on your ship.
As you so often like to remind me.
JT replacement.
Sure.
So you could do that if you wanted.
As you so like to remind me, I was a Starfleet member of Starfleet when I was on your ship. Now everyone seems to be on my ship. I ask that you allow me to at least ask and respect whatever choice she makes. Is that not what you stand for in the Federation? The freedom of choice?
If Durja wishes to relinquish her position in the Federation and abandon her, not abandon, but to retire her post, she will be done so with full honors.
Excellent.
That is her decision to make.
So, we're going to jump forward in time 3 weeks.
Oh, jeez.
You've recovered the Dauntless with the help of Mirror Durja.
Yay!
It's damaged, but it's intact.
God, this ship's never getting repaired.
What do you do with Mirror Durja? That's question one.
So here's what I do. So it's that last scene where I'm making my final preparations to leave. And I walk back to the bridge and I go, so we thank you very much for your assistance and following through on your end. As promised, I, Captain Ansar Conan of the USS Dauntless, member of the Federation, have done everything within my power to live up to my end. However, I have been informed that you are currently in the brig of the Taja. I am not the captain of this ship. You are their prisoner, and your fate will be left to their captain.
Well done.
Oh,
I tried.
I'm impressed.
The Federation does not kill its prisoners. I'm not so sure about a Klingon-led Tar Shada.
You know, I married him. In my world, I might be all right.
Robeck, what do you do with Mirror Dersha? Before you answer that question,
Sure.
not Mirror Dersha, which ship do you join, knowing, of course, that there
Oh,
will still
yeah.
be a Robeck in season 2?
I guess
We're
that's
simply increasing the number of
I was gonna say that would be.
I'll ding ding into your personal quarters.
Yes, let's have that scene.
That would be helpful. Yeah. Wait, are you at the door or are you just talking to her?
Yeah, I'm like I'm doing the little like door chime sound.
Oh, yeah, sure. And she answers, and there's Andorian opera going, and she's like, "What's? Hi, Robeck."
Andoran, third age.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yep.
Not as good as the Klingons, but acceptable. Allow me to send you some of our finer pieces from the Third Dynasty.
Okay.
Because he's like he's like very uncomfortable.
Yeah, you never come down to like actually come in. What's why?
Thank you.
Why are you here?
And he'll do the thing where like he's like standing at attention, like right by the door, and then he kind of like relaxes, and then he like goes to sit in the chair, and then like stands right back up again. Chief Engineer Dersha, I have come to officially request, with the approval of your captain, it would appear my ship, in the fighting, I have very much enjoyed our time together when we trained, and I have felt closest to you of all the crew on this ship. It would do me an honor if you would join my crew, not just as chief engineer, but as Sog. You would be my first officer.
Are you sure there's not a Romulan that might know their tech?
Once I get the chance, all of the Romulans will be escorted
Relocated.
off of my ship. Escorted off of my ship.
Escorted right out the airlock.
Shh, no.
She's a little flustered. She's like, "You want some coffee or something? Like, sit down."
Coffee?
I don't know. I'm bad at this stuff. I was raised by a bunch of Cardassians. We don't exactly talk. We leer and attempt to make conversation, but actually say other things. It's awkward.
Sure.
Okay. And, I don't know. I think the Klingon coffee is like a Raktajino or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets you one, and she actually does like Raktajino. She gets herself one, but it's extra sweet. And she gives it to you, and she's like, "Okay, let's like, okay, so look, I like the Dauntless, but you wouldn't also be keeping Furio, right? Like he could go back and help them, right?
Of course.
He's very good.
This would be... It is only your talents I am looking for.
Before the Romulans leave the ship, I would like to speak with whoever they have that's closest to an engineer.
You would be Sog. You would have free reign to do whatever it is you want, command whoever you wanted.
Wouldn't your Klingons be unhappy with that?
They will see the wisdom of my decision. And any who disagree are free to challenge me.
Would it just be me and a bunch of Klingons? Really?
I suppose we could look into the Klingon Federation officer exchange to get a few more Federation officers on the ship.
Yeah, that would make me.
If that would ease the transition.
Okay. And she sort of sits up a little straighter and she's like, I accept. Thank you for meeting with me and for being understanding of some of my discomfort.
Of course, it will be a pleasure to have you as Sog. And he'll kind of just stand up, look once over his shoulder, and then walk out. As soon as the door closes, he just kind of stands there for a second.
And that's when he drops. Oh my god! The worst moment.
And Deirdre just kind of flops back down onto her seat and puts her face in her hands and goes, "What have I done?"
Oh, he's back. Give us your closing line again. You died right at the moment. Oh, he can't hear us yet, I don't think.
I just have to say, Alisai, god damn it.
I've been staunchly ignoring chat.
It's in the Discord.
We could end up with 4 dirges? No, why?
No, it's the
No,
Discord.
what's happening with Robeck?
So while we wait on Robeck to fix his noise,
Patty, come back.
Ansar,
Yes.
what are you gonna do with Mirror Secum?
With
Is she
Mirror-
coming back with you? You can do that.
So there's 2 specific scenes I want to have prior to everything. The first one is in the time that it takes us to find the Dauntless. I would want to have a sit down with Secum and just have a Betazoid mind-to-mind kind of meeting.
Are you saying you want to put our heads together?
I do. I'm trying to kind of get an idea of what the there's no other way of putting this. Is this Secum also a super secret sleeper assassin that's going to kill us all in our sleep?
Nope.
Nope, this one is strictly Betazoid.
Yep.
Not even
No
a bit
Romulan at
of...
all. 100% Betazoid.
Exactly.
Am I able to detect so I'm just kind of talking like what they did to you? Are you still you ultimately?
You don't even know what that means. You've been a servant your whole life.
They do this to most Betazoids and others.
Do they change your brain at all?
No. Why would they?
Is that the truth?
Yeah.
Would you just tell me if there's a lie so we don't have to keep asking?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to come to where we're going?
Where are you going?
Away from the Terran Dominion. Far away. A place where Betazoids like myself are free to do whatever they want.
I would like that.
You would be servant to nobody.
I don't know what I would do.
That's
This is all I've
terrifying.
known.
That's terrifying, isn't it?
Yes.
This is their power, their control is an unfortunate thing in that it gives someone a focus, only one thing to think about. But where we come from, we have the freedom to make any decision we want, good, bad, all with consequences. We are our own masters. Do you want to try that?
I think so. Yes.
Then we will bring you with us. If you wish to stay on board, you may. If you want to be dropped off somewhere, we will, and you can find a life for yourself.
I don't know.
You don't have to make the decision right now. We'll take you with us to the other side. Talk to your other self. Dr. Seckham is very understanding and might provide you with some context, some guidance.
But you're a betazoid too. Wouldn't it make more sense to talk to you?
I can try to find time. As captain, the time is very limited. One of those consequences of the choices I've made.
I could do something on the ship. Yeah, I don't know what I would be good at.
Starfleet has a way of finding what you're good at and making sure that that's where you are. We have people from all walks of life contributing. Everyone has a place somewhere.
I think I would like that.
Robeck! I don't think he can hear us. So, oh, can you hear us, Robeck?
I can, yes.
Your parting line is where you crashed.
Okay.
Look over your shoulder line.
Yep, all I do is just look over my shoulder, then walk out, the door closes behind me, and just kind of give that Klingon yell. Ah!
Does Jusha hear that in her quarters?
Probably not.
I don't know.
Very sound
I don't. Yeah, I'm under the impression probably not.
Especially on a Romulan ship.
I
Fair.
would like, now that we've determined what to do with real Durja, I would like to have already talked with Ansar about Mir Durja. And so once he gives his I don't know what a Klingon ship's gonna do, and he walks out, I'd like to follow him right in.
Yeah, that's fine. Those are completely different scenes in time.
Just be like, you do not belong in this reality.
No, but I do love being in this.
You do not belong with us. You do not need to continue existing in this one. I will drop the force field, and I'll just toss her like a kit. It'd have a knife, like a tricorder, some rations. I have been interested in the ways of the Federation and looked up their history. Did you know the humans, long ago, they punished those on ships. It was called being marooned. Congratulations, I must congratulate Ansar. I have finally found something of his culture that I can get behind. And then I'll just key my communicator, and she starts getting transported to the planet we've been orbiting.
Oh, I'll be back to play. Don't worry.
The transporter materializes into a blizzard. On a world
She'll be
that's
fine.
a world that's just snow and rocks. And for a hot minute, you're stumbling around until you hear a menacing growl. And the most fucked up looking dog thing you've ever seen starts chasing you, and after an epic chase scene, it finally tackles you. And right before you think it's going to tear your throat out, there's a whistle. And a Terran comes walking up, looks down at you, and says, "We weren't supposed to get any newcomers today. Well, let's go, prisoner. Welcome to Rurapente." And that's when the scene
Right at
fades.
home.
Okay. Let me know when we get back to the Dauntless and go back to the Rift, because there's one more thing I specifically want to do.
Well, before that can happen, there's a scene where you're off duty and Dersha comes to talk to you privately, Ansar.
Okay. Well, Chief?
Hi, Commander. I'm guessing Robeck talked to you about his particular request.
He did.
I wanted to tell you myself I've accepted. And she, I don't know. I don't remember what the resignation thing is. Do I hand him my comm badge or something like that?
It depends on the episode, so do whatever you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
She takes off her comm badge and slides it over to you and says, "It's been an honor serving with you, sir."
I will stand up, straighten the uniform. Thank you, Chief.
Then she doesn't salute you back because she's no longer Federation, but she gives you a wave.
Before you leave, I think we need to remember in this moment that we have lived through one of the most unique experiences I think we will ever have together. It was a pleasure serving with you, lieutenant to lieutenant, since we are still equals in my mind.
Thank you, sir. And I assure you that my leaving has nothing to do with your abilities or my belief in your command. It's simply that, sir.
No need. Your path has taken you somewhere else, and you're walking it. Isn't that what the Federation's about?
Yes. Thank you,
Good
sir.
luck.
And to you.
Now we'll just sit back down and do the Picard kind of turn away to indicate I'm done talking. Pull up Dersha's personnel record and type in retired, and filling out the last of my kind of summary. Chief Engineer Dersha acted with the utmost courage and honor and is an exemplary officer for the Federation. She, with full commission, with full rank and whatever, blah, 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 submits her resignation. But I give her whatever highest commendation I can.
What's the final thing you wanted to do?
Has to do with Pick. So are we in a relatively safe place on the Dauntless?
Yes.
Okay. I call a full mandatory, all hands on deck, formal assembly.
And do the funeral scene. Got it.
Yeah.
You gonna break down on the word human like Kirk did? Carry on, Captain.
So I get, just like in typical Star Trek fashion, I get a torpedo casing ready, and I have two things draped over it. I want the Federation flag and the Vulcan flag over it. I'm not going to keep us here long, because I don't think Pick would have wanted us here for this long. He was a man of action and conciseness. So I will say this. He saved every one of our lives. He acted quickly, without hesitation, with only the thought of his crew in mind. Our short time together has been an honor. He never lied. Not once. I hope to live to example one day. And then I'll take the position, I'll touch the coffin one time, take the position, salute it as it's loaded up, and
Somebody does the actual whistle they're holding in their hand.
right.
Robeck will do the Klingon death yell.
Okay.
Once he finishes, he'll just look at everyone and just go, "There. Now the warriors of Stovacor know another comes to join their ranks."
And then the ship starts moving towards the wormhole. You reenact Pick's method of recreating the energy surge as the wormhole opens in front of you. You all know what it looks like. It's a Deep Space Nine wormhole. Somehow you slip past the Dominion to get there. We don't ask. It's Star Trek. And as you head through the wormhole, a voice echoes through the ship. Because a double whammy of Elder Gods was crafted this session multiple times. So it's going to end differently than I planned. You can thank Betty for that, whoever the other person was. And Q's voice says, "You've done well." This is across both ships. "You've definitely amused and entertained me, so I will keep our deal. I've returned your Commodore home. The ship is yours now, Ansar. However, I still want to be entertained. So I will take you back home. Mostly."
Oh, God.
And then the ship shudders and gets flung sideways out of the warp again, just like before. And so does Robeck's ship. And both ships fling across space for a minute before coming to a stop in front of some kind of space station. It's got 4 wings like arms coming off of it, almost like it could clamp shut if it wanted to. And then the station's connected behind it, just kind of slowly spinning, orbiting a protostar with protoplanets around it. Readings are still erratic because this is what happens when you're flung out of the warp space.
Quickly, all sensors. Where are we? Chart course.
They tell you it'll be a minute before they can figure it out.
Faster! We've done this once before. We should be able to do it again.
I would like to think that Dersha does this way faster for Robeck.
The systems are damaged, so you do try to figure it out, but while you're waiting, what do you do? Either of you captains.
I'll hail the Dauntless.
On screen.
It seems our benefactor has decided to not leave us alone.
No. I fear that we are going to be entertaining him for a long time if we don't do something about this. Where have you been able to figure out where he sent us now?
So Derja will have the answers to that momentarily.
We're working on it as well.
For now, there's a weird space station right in front of you, Robeck.
In the meantime, I offer my hand of companionship and teamwork and extend the guise of allyship with you on this grand adventure once again.
Dauntless is always happy to accept the allyship of the Tada.
That was its Romulan name.
Well, shall we? And what is your designation now, Captain?
I figured, as it was the help of the Federation that seized it, it shall have a name spoken by humans. Journey to Konos shall be its name.
Robeck, your people, of course, have scanned the station for threats already. Doesn't appear to have any weapons, but it has a very strange composition of how it's made. And there seem to be life signs, but it's weird. They're very indeterminate.
I will relay this by just kind of saying, the fact we've not been fired upon yet does indicate something promising. However,
it does seem like there's a power problem with the station.
Our scans are coming back with erratic readings as far as life signs, power, and weapons. I believe an away team will be needed.
Are you suggesting a joint away team, Captain?
Absolutely.
I'll see you on board.
The station is offline because of Hot Dog Wizard, so thank them.
Lula, you have the comm. And I will collect our super senior staff away team.
Both sets of senior staff, all PCs, transport to the station. The station itself is all metal gangplanks and decks and, like, scaffoldings. And at first it's just all kinds of bizarre machinery. And big cables and bundles of hoses everywhere and lots of lights and colors. And then the camera, of course, when you walk out of the part you transported into and you can see into the center of the structure, that's when the camera shows that all the lights are green. And there's just endless rows of cybernetic humanoids in some kind of stasis chambers with round circles above them, just undulating lights. That's when the Dauntless that's when Patty's ship figures out because of Derja that you're in the Delta Quadrant. And that's where we pause for Season 1.
Dun dun dun!
Betty, I hate you. Oh my gosh. That's not true. I love you, Betty. Great. The whole goddamn season specifically was about avoiding these bitches, and now
Oh, come on now. You know this will be fun.
Goddamn Borg.
Stand down from yellow alert, return to duty stations, and prepare for the night shift. We must retire to our quarters and have a refreshing sonic shower and relax in the holosuite. We thank the audience for exploring strange new worlds with us this season, and hope you'll boldly return for Season 2 as soon as our Pathfinder game finishes in 12 to 15 weeks. However, we will be sans JT. This was his self-chosen outro. He will be replaced by a new player because he's moving to a new day so that he can play the one thing coming soon.
Ooh.
As for our other shows, right now, on Mondays, we have Delta Green, followed by Mythos World on Tuesdays. We have Black Void. On Wednesdays, we have Octon Cthulhu before this show on Thursdays. We are playing Mage the Awakening. On Fridays, we have Masks of Nyarlathotep and Call of Cthulhu, followed by 5E Scarred Lands. On Saturdays, we have End Times. And then on Sundays, we have Fiasco, followed by, starting this week, Cult Divinity Lost. Special thanks tonight to our
one
patron.
of my worst characters yet.
Octung is on Wednesdays, Lupine Vendetta, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Special thanks tonight to our patrons and Twitch subscribers. You help make our quality better, our cosplay sharper, and help us feed all our pets, and there is a lot. We also thank the Foundry for our virtual gaming space, along with Audio Blocks, Miguel Johnson, CJ Beards, Lamakai Symphony, Nyoko, Scott Buckley, and Isaac Bale for the music in this show. Bridge Crew, please inform the viewers what other shows they can find you in until Star Trek makes its return.
Yes, hello, my name is Steve. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. My pronouns are he, him, Thunderput, and Zarkonin. I will return next season. Until then, you will find me tomorrow for Scarredlands, where I play the bratty elf boy, Lamalthun. Tune in, check that out. He's pretty great. Also, yes, tune in for Cult. I'm going to play what hopefully is one of my most unbearable worst characters yet, so that something terrible culty can happen to him. It'll be awesome. And I don't want to take up too much more time, but I just want to say, as this is the finale leading up to this, I cannot thank chat enough for how invested into this story and this game specifically you have been. Your chats are awesome. I really appreciate all of you in there. We've got a great audience and a great crew, and we love you guys, all of you. Thank you.
Agreed.
Hey everybody, I have been 3 different people this session. I have been Sekhem the original. I have been Sekhem the beta Zoid. I have been not Sekhem, actually. That was not Sekhem at all. Anyway, you can find me all over the internet as Am Changeling, because me, Am Changeling. And you can find me on Etsy at Neat and Co Designs. And you can also find me playing tomorrow in Scarredlands as Yanae. It's actually this wig. It's just, I did things to it.
Howdy, y'all. I am Patrick. You can find me on the internet at Patty6_. Tonight, I was General Robeck of House Kuhn to Kill. The next time you'll see me will be tomorrow, running Scarredlands Dracogenesis Season 2, A Flight of Whimsy. Our characters have just met the Black Dragon King Verduke of the Celestian Hegemony and are deciding how best to go about the mission he gave them and whether or not they like him or trust him. You can also find me on Wednesdays for Actung Cthulhu, where I am playing Beauregard the Grease Monkey.
Hi, I am Rosie, regular size mom. You can follow me on Twitter at mom_size. And tonight I have been, you got double Dirja action, so thank Tyler for that. I hope you enjoyed both of them. The next place you can find me is actually here on Sunday, playing Cults. I'll be playing The Cursed, which will be interesting. I've done The Cursed in a one-shot, and I'm really interested to see how it translates over a longer term. And then you can also find me on Martlet Games. We started recording Psychopomps Incorporated. Watch me be a con woman, medium, fortune teller, Samedi. It's already spicy, and we just finished session 1. And then also keep an eye on Carrying Comfort Studios. I'll be doing a few things over there that haven't been announced yet. And if you want to see Tyler be a Malkavian and get attacked by a proto-vampiric slug, watch the game I ran over on Gehenna last Saturday. It was called Fangs in Space. I had fun slowly tormenting everyone. So check it out if you feel like it. I hope you have a good week.
You'll never knit the same again.
Hey folks, I'm JT. You can find me around the internet at Zensomancer. Tonight I played and died as Lieutenant Pick, and I think I'm only on Wednesdays now for at least several weeks due to scheduling. So Actung Cthulhu, Wednesday nights, playing a con artist.
Or is that not?
Because I
because
can't
because
do
of the
this
move.
Sunday, and then
Right. You'll see him again in mid-October. Okay, is that everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Audience, feel free to toss your votes this week. However, you guys don't need to vote for each other because you all get a raise. You can either add 1 talent or increase 1 attribute by 2 points. I'm sorry, 1 skill by 2 points or 1 attribute by 1 point.
Well, that's
Up to
what
the
we're
normal
doing.
max, which is 12 or 5. That's what we're doing for the season finale, yes. Just a free
Oh.
boost.
Wait, say it again.
Your core attributes, the ones that can only go to 5, you can raise any of those by 1.
Okay.
Can you please put that in the Discord for us?
Yeah, your skills
Thank you.
can go to 2 to a max of 12.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So that. Cool.
Or
Cool.
a
Cool.
talent.
Awesome. Sounds cool.
Okay. For now, it's time for Black Alert one last time. Gauge the cloak. Try to survive Borg space, and we'll return in a few months to this game. Good night, everyone.